Hello my sweet friends, and this is our ESL lesson number 2. So we're going to be talking about characters in the story, and I will start with telling you a short summary of a very interesting story. It's a story about a girl. This girl is 9 years old, a very little girl. She goes to school, but she does not go to a regular school. She goes to a homeschool. She is homeschooled, so which means that her mother is helping her to learn at home on her computer. Okay, so she is very happy. She loves her homeschool very much, and she absolutely loves the place where she lives, the house and the place around her house. She loves that place. She loves nature. She likes to go for walks in the woods, and she really enjoys it. She loves to walk outside and play in the woods, by the creek, little river. She loves it, okay? But something happened in her family. Her mother got sick or ill. Her mother went to the doctor one day, and the doctor told that she has cancer. That's very, 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 very sad. The girl was in shock, and the feelings that she had inside her, she did not know how to express. She did suffer. She had a lot of feelings because she loved her mom deep in her heart, but she did not know how to show this to people. She did not know how to show that she was sad. Instead of this, she showed to people that she was mad. People thought that she was mad, not sad, because she did not know how to express her feelings, her facial expression. She did not know how to do that. Her mother thought she was mad. Her father thought she was mad. Everybody around her thought she was mad and angry. But she was not. She was lonely. She was sad. She was upset. We're going to be talking about characters in the story. So she is the main character in the story. And she's also the narrator of the story, means she is telling the story. Okay? Her name is Ida. Let's move on. So what happened? Her father comes to her and says, you know what? There is something that is going to be changed. Something will be different now. Not like it was before. Different. Well, number one, your mother is going to the hospital and she will get some treatment. It means that she will be receiving chemotherapy. After that, your mother is returning home and she will be very tired, very tired. Number 2, because the cost, the money in the hospital is very high. The hospital costs a lot of money. We, as a family, will need to sell our property. Not all of it, but a lot of land. The girl was even more upset and scared and frustrated because she really, 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 really much loved her neighborhood, her property, the outside, the forest, the river, and all that. She really loved it very much. So she was so upset, but she didn't know how to show that she was upset. She only could show that she was mad. So everybody thought she was mad, but she was not mad. She was actually crying inside, but she did not know how to express this. So her father said that your mother cannot anymore be with you at home and teach you in your homeschooling environment. You will need to go to a regular school. Oh my goodness! She was very disappointed and scared. She was scared. She did not know how to play with children. She did not know how to communicate, how to socialize. She was afraid of that. But she did not know how to express this. The only facial expression that she showed to everyone was that she was mad and angry, and people thought that she did not care about them, but that was not the truth. Let's move on. In her school, people really wanted to be friends with her. They liked her. She seemed like she was a good girl. But she did not understand this. She thought that people were mad and angry with her. So she felt lonely, but she did not let anybody to play with her because she did not understand they were kind. She did not know this. Even worse, her family sold some of the land. And somebody else came and built a house there. Now imagine this. One girl from her school started to live in this house. She was so upset. She went to that girl at school and she started a fight with her because she thought that this girl is intruding her property. She also decided to scare that girl and to scare her little brother and to write some notes, scary notes everywhere in that property to scare them away. One day, she came to school and that girl told her, "You are mean." And then she went away. And the next day, Ida came to school and wanted to punch that girl in the face. But the girl didn't come. The girl was afraid of Ida. The girl told her mom that she doesn't want to go to school anymore because Ida is mean to her, because Ida is bullying me. Ida did not want to bully anyone. Ida was afraid herself. But that's how other students saw her. That's a really tough situation. Really tough because everybody suffers in the heart. Both of these girls. Her friend's name, the girl was a friend, was Claire. So one day, and I'm going to read to you the part of the story now, the original text. It can be a little hard, but I want you to listen carefully, and I will try to read slowly so you can understand better, okay? And then I will ask you a couple questions, and we are talking today about characters. And we're looking for evidence in the text to answer some of the questions later about these two characters. So, if there are some words you don't understand when I read, don't pay attention. You do not need to concentrate on every word to understand the main idea of the story. Deal. Okay, let's start. Ida B, that's the title. Saturday morning, I was sitting on the front porch, waiting for nothing, with nothing I wanted to do. Rufus sat beside me for a while, hoping I'd be up to something more than misery. But he got tired of waiting and went off on his own, leaving a small sea of spit where he'd been sitting. Just as I was about to take myself back to bed and try starting the day over again in the afternoon, I saw the big white car coming down the road and turn left at the T. And right away, I knew what I had to do. No plans, no least possible pain and humiliation scheming. Just plain and straight to the deed. As soon as the white car disappeared from the DeLunas' drive, I picked myself up and headed out through the fields, then around the base of the mountain. I walked through the orchard, eyes fixed forward, not slow and not rushed either. Like I was on my way to the final showdown. Yes, there was a bunch of them and only one of me. Yes. They might fight me and I might not come back in one piece. And I'd take whatever those people needed to dish out because I was going to do the right thing. I stopped just before I stepped out the land that now belonged to the DeLunas and took a deep breath as I walked over that invisible boundary line. And there was Claire, straight ahead, looking at me, waiting for me. Her mom and little brother were crouched down at the side of the house, planting little bushes. Clump, clump, clump was the only sound my feet were making this time as I walked toward Claire. Arms out from my sides and palms up, letting her know that I wasn't coming for a fight. Even if she had some trouble and torture, she needed to visit on me. Claire's mother spotted me and stood, dusted off her hands, and watched us. Then all of the world was still, except for the two of us. Claire, I said, making myself look in the eye. I am sorry. I scared you in the woods. I am sorry I was mean to you. I was following you in school so I could apologize. And there I was, babbling again. Should I tell her about Mama and the trees and the school and everything? Where would I start it if I was going to explain it all? Then Miss W came into my head, and I knew it didn't really matter. I'm just sorry, I said. Sometimes on spring days, there will be the brightest, warmest sun and the darkest, rainiest clouds sharing the sky. All day long you wonder, will it rain? Will it shine? And that's what I was thinking then while I was looking at Clarice's face, whether there was, but everything was there. But nothing was happening one way or the other. I couldn't hang around any longer to see what I would win out, though, because I had something else to do. I turned to Claire's little brother, who had his arm around his mama's leg, and I could see that he was scared of me. He thought I was a monster, just like I wanted him to. I'm sorry I scared you, I said. I won't ever do it again. I promise. And he just stared at me too. If I didn't know better, I would have thought that his family's mouths were under repair. It was too hard waiting there for those people to decide if they wanted to tell me something. And I wasn't quite sure I could stand to hear the words they might want to say anyways. So I turned back to the orchard and started home. I braced myself for the DeLuna fight from behind and decided that when Mama and Daddy found me just holding on to a tiny silver of life, my last words would be, turn the land into a park, teach Rufus some mouth-related manners, and make sure Lulu gets her treats, please. But I got to the property without harm or hollering, and by the time I crossed it, I did feel better, like my heart was heavier and lighter at the same time. Isn't that wonderful? Okay, so now we start, okay? You start. Are you ready? I hope you like the story. It's your work now. Time for you. What I will do two things first. I will give you two character descriptions, one and the other. And these two character descriptions, they belong to different characters. One belongs to one girl, the other belongs to the other girl. First girl's name is Ida, and the second girl's name is Claire. Okay, these are two words that might be new to you, but I hope you can learn them. And then I will read to you two pieces of evidence from the text. And what you will need to do, you will need to match them. You will need to see which one matches to Claire and which one matches to Ida, based on their personalities. Deal? Okay. So the first word, and I will come a little closer to show you, is, here we go, undecided. The first word is undecided. Undecided. And the second word is determined. 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 Okay, perfect. So now, let's read the evidence from the text that will match one or the other character description. So who was determined and who was undecided? Okay. One evidence from the text that I found is this: making myself look her in the eye. Making myself look her in the eye. So, who was making herself look another person in the eye in the story? Now you answer. And correct answer is the narrator. Ida was making herself looking her friend straight in the eyes, although it was very hard for her to do. So she wanted Claire to understand that she is, character description, determined, that she is determined. Perfect. Did I already answer the question? So let's pretend I did not answer the question. You still have a chance to answer the second one. Okay. So the word is undecided. Undecided. You never know who can be undecided in the story. The evidence from the text that I found is this. Everything was there, but nothing was happening. Everything was there, but nothing was happening. When she was looking Claire in the eye, everything she could see in her face, but she could not read her facial expression to understand what she thought. So she felt that Claire was undecided. 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 Okay? Now, one more thing before we leave. I know it's almost time to go. So, I want to play one game with you. And this is going to be the game of character descriptions that I have. Here, I will read the character descriptions to you, and I will want you to guess if they belong to one girl, which is Ida. So if you think it belongs to Ida, say Ida. If you think it belongs to Claire, say Claire. If you think that it belongs to both girls, say both. Okay? And then I will show to you. The first word is bitter. B-I-T-T-R, bitter. So think about it. Who was bitter? The second word is insensitive. Insensitive. Think about who was insensitive. The next word is new or new neighbor. New neighbor. Who was new neighbor? Excited. 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 Which character was excited? Scared. 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 Which character was scared? Frustrated. 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 Who was frustrated? Disappointed. Disappointed. Who was disappointed? Lonely. Lonely. Who was lonely? So some of those personalities and character descriptions belong to one girl. Some of them belong to both girls. And some of them belong to the other girl. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed and learned a lot. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. And thank you for being such wonderful students. See you soon.